Why does pumpkin spice make us feel like we've wrapped the essence of fall in a warm hug? Why do we count down the days until it's socially acceptable to indulge in this seasonal sensation? And how did this flavorful phenomenon carve its way into our hearts and our coffee cups? If you're just as curious as we are, stick around for a spicy deep dive into the world of pumpkin spice. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join our flavorful journey through history, science, and culture. So grab your favorite pumpkin, spice treat, and let's dig in. Alright, let's dive straight into the origins of our beloved pumpkin spice. So, before the world began drooling over pumpkin spice lattes, we had the humble pumpkin spice itself. This wasn't some fancy, over-the-top concoction. It was a simple honey blend used to give that classic Thanksgiving pumpkin pie its signature kick. We're talking about a warm, aromatic mix of cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, and allspice. Sounds familiar, right? But here's where things get interesting. Pumpkin spice didn't content itself with being confined to the Thanksgiving table. Oh no, it had bigger plans. Flashback to the 1930s, a time when the world was seeing a lot of changes, and our dear pumpkin spice was no exception. Spice companies, always on the lookout for the next big thing, came up with a stroke of genius. Why not save bakers time and hassle and just mix those spices together? Center stage, pre-mixed pumpkin pie spice. Yep, it's exactly what it sounds like, and it was revolutionary. This pre-mixed spice blend was a game changer, not just because it made whipping up a pumpkin pie a breeze, but because it opened up a world of possibilities. No longer just for pies, this versatile blend started popping up in recipes and products across the country. And you know what? It was only a matter of time before it caught the eye of beverage giants. But we'll get to that juicy story in a bit. The pumpkin spice latte revolution. The moment the pumpkin spice latte hit the scene, it was clear that coffee was never going to be the same again. Starbucks, with a stroke of what can only be called sheer brilliance, decided to experiment by pouring rich, hot espresso over pumpkin pies. That's right. They didn't just use the spice, they used the whole pie. They were on a mission, a quest to create not just any fall beverage, but the ultimate one. And oh, did they succeed. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. The pumpkin spice latte wasn't just a triumph, because it tasted like a cozy fall afternoon. It encapsulated the entire essence of fall. It wasn't just a drink, it was an experience. A warm, comforting hug in a cup, evoking images of golden leaves, crisp air, and the comforting weight of a favorite sweater. That's the secret ingredient, nostalgia. Each sip is like a trip down memory lane, reminding you of every happy fall moment you've ever had. After its grand entrance, the pumpkin spice latte didn't just stay put in North America. No way, it had wanderlust. It began popping up in Starbucks locations worldwide, from bustling cities to quiet towns, winning hearts everywhere it went. Fast forward to today, and it's not just Starbucks' most beloved seasonal drink. It's a cultural icon. We're talking merchandise, memes, and even a dedicated fan base. But what's the real reason behind this global adoration? It's not just the harmonious blend of spices, the perfectly frothed milk, or that refreshing shot of espresso. It's the feeling it evokes. The pumpkin spice. Latte is a master of emotion, making us feel connected, cozy, and just plain happy. It's like each year, we're all impatiently waiting to reunite with an old friend, one that brings warmth and joy. And let's not forget the impact it's had on the economy. The PSL has become a significant seasonal marker, heralding the start of the fall economic boost, fondly referred to as the pumpkin spice economy. Businesses anticipate its arrival, launching their pumpkin spiced goodies, knowing that this flavor profile attracts customers in droves. Today, pumpkin spice is more than a flavor. It's a cultural icon. From candles to breakfast cereals, it's everywhere. How did this happen? How did a simple blend of spices come to signify an entire season, inspiring a sense of warmth, nostalgia, and comfort in so many of us? The science of spice. Why we crave pumpkin. Our obsession with pumpkin spice, believe it or not, has deep roots in science. It's a fascinating mix of psychology and sensory magic that starts with something called limited time scarcity. Basically, when something is only around for a short time, we want it more because we know it won't last. That's the first hook of pumpkin spice products. They're seasonal. You can't just waltz into a store in April and expect a pumpkin spice latte. It's a fall exclusive, and that scarcity sends us into a bit of a frenzy. But the pull of pumpkin spice goes beyond its temporary place on the menu. There's also social conformity at play. Ever noticed when fall hits, your social media feeds become a parade of folks cuddling up with their pumpkin spice lattes? There's a ripple effect. When we see others indulging, we don't just feel left out. We yearn to belong to this cozy autumnal community. So we join the lines at local cafes to take that quintessential snap of our cup with a backdrop of falling leaves. It's not just a drink, it's a social badge of honor, a silent nod to a collective appreciation for the season. The real magic, though, might just be in the aroma. Scents have a powerful link to memory, more so than any of our other senses. The smell of pumpkin spice doesn't just smell good. It's a complex bouquet that includes a nostalgic alchemy of cinnamon, nutmeg, and other spices. These aren't just random ingredients. They're the smells of our fondest autumn memories, of family gatherings, of Thanksgiving dinners, of pumpkin picking and pie baking. When we get a whiff of pumpkin spice, our brains take a nostalgia trip, and we're suddenly awash in the warmth and comfort of fall's past. Now, let's talk about brain chemistry. The sweet and spicy combo in pumpkin spice lattes does a little dance with our taste buds, sure, but it also does a tango with our brains. The sugar and spices in pumpkin spice latte trigger the release of serotonin and dopamine, the neurotransmitters associated with happiness and pleasure. It's like neurological fireworks show up there, all sparked by what's in our cup. It's true, pumpkin spice has practically taken over fall, and it seems like every year there's something new on the shelves. Pumpkin spice bagels, cereals, and even dog treats. But you might wonder, is this just a trend that will eventually fade away? Or is it a new autumn classic? Well, there's a good chance pumpkin spice is here for the long haul, and there are a few reasons why. First off, companies have gotten super smart with their marketing. They know that as soon as the weather cools down, people are ready for comfort and warmth. And what better way to deliver that than through something that tastes like a hug in a mug? They create this buzz around pumpkin spice's return, so even before it hits the shelves, we're already excited. But it's not just excellent marketing. Pumpkin spice has rooted itself deep in our hearts. It's tied to so many happy things: the crispness of fall air, the excitement of the upcoming holidays, and memories of good times with family and friends. It's these emotional connections, more than the flavor itself, that make us loyal to pumpkin spice. Plus, let's not forget tradition. Pumpkin and the spices that flavor it have been part of fall cooking for centuries, especially in the US, thanks to the humble pumpkin's starring role in Thanksgiving celebrations. The modern pumpkin spice craze is just a new twist on a very old love affair. And that's a wrap on our pumpkin spice saga. Who knew a simple spice blend could hold the key to our hearts each fall? So, the next time you're sipping on that PSL or sprinkling pumpkin spice on your morning oatmeal, remember, it's not just a flavor, it's a seasonal celebration. If you loved learning about the history and hysteria behind pumpkin spice, subscribe to our channel for more tasty tales.